Corky is a member of the A5 pod, which is one of the best known and most familiar family groups that we've observed over the years. There was a big storm, and whales came in through the entrance of, little narrow entrance of Pender Harbour. And the fishermen who had succeeded in catching orcas actually twice before, heard about it. They were in the pub and they heard about it, and they got in their boats and they went out, and there was this big storm happening, and they laid nets around these whales. And in the morning, the whole, I think there were 13 members of the pod were surrounded by nets. Corky was one of them, and then they started separating them. So I was there on the day that Corky was taken out of the water. And I had a kind of a crude hydrophone in the water so I could listen to what was going on. And I heard the plaintive cries of the last exchange between Corky and her mum, her family. She was put on a flatbed truck and taken away to Vancouver Airport and flown to Marineland in Palos Verdes, which is just outside of Los Angeles. There were several other members of her family who were there at that time, alive. And one by one they died, until just Corky and a cousin who was captured the year before, who was named Orky, were alive. And they spent many years there. Corky became pregnant time after time. She lost her baby. It was a tragic story. And ultimately, Corky and Orky were sold to SeaWorld in San Diego. So Corky has lived there and is now being captive for almost 50 years. December the 11th of this year will be the 50th anniversary of her capture. You know, when she was captured, nobody knew who she belonged to. Nobody even knew that orcas lived in family groups. And we realized ultimately that she had a family, a real family that we knew quite well that she could return to. But the fact is, Corky's still alive. And to us that means she still has a chance of not necessarily reuniting with her family, but of connecting with her family again. She has a brother and a sister, A43, A60. And we have a place. And Corky now, she's probably 54 years old. She's past the average longevity of a female orca in the wild, and every day creating a record for captive longevity. It's unbelievable how long she's lived for in those circumstances. In Double Bay, which is not far from here, is a perfect place for we call it a retirement home. You know, a place where she would still, in a way, be enclosed and captive, but free in a way to listen to the sounds of the ocean and the sounds of her family passing by. And they're vocal. She'll hear them, and she will know their family, know the voices of her family immediately. I have no doubt about that. How long she stays there, I don't know. Whether she dies there, I don't know. But I do know that if she comes back and to the ocean and meets her family again, she'll be a happy whale.